puppy, but
Yeah,
anyway.
and if they're already potty trained.
What? Dude or the dog?
The doggy, the puppy.
I feel like it's a valid question, okay?
So for this person to come in, this person had to go. You won't just have this little box full of the 5 people that you know or the 10 people that
Yeah, we
you know
keep our
that
friends
you
in
know.
boxes so that they can't run away, okay? It's
Like,
very
you had-
logical. I feel like this is going to turn into a TED talk. I just have to put that out there, okay?
Not
That's
all
why I
of
was like,
them.
where is this going?
Somewhere in another country.
Yeah, in another country.
In another
Okay, but to
country.
be fair, that's on us, okay? Because we
Yeah.
moved.
Yeah,
we left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, what if you've got your...
Don't even. Okay, we're not putting that on the internet. What's up, beautiful people, and welcome back to the channel.
Happy Thursday.
You may notice we look a little different for this
Yeah.
intro as to what we look in the rest of the video. And that is because this episode it started as a Galentines episode and celebrating friendship, love, the kind of love that stays. And that, not stays, the kind of love that has an impact, not just romantic love, like friendship love as well.
Yeah.
And one thought kind of sparked another thought, kind of snowballed into a different thought process.
And then boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
And before we knew it, we just talked about everything
Yeah.
from like romantic relationships, the differences in the pressure that we put on romantic relationships, friendships, like, you know, our friendship.
The expectations of the relationships and that we don't
Expectations.
have with friendships.
Yeah.
Because it's easier and nicer and...
And we talked about like our personal friendship and, you know, how we navigate that. So we couldn't really leave the intro the way that it was because it didn't really justify everything that we talked about.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
An hour and a half later, we were like, well, you know, we should probably stop talking now.
Yeah.
During editing, we did think about taking some of the stuff out. Maybe cutting it down a bit, but there wasn't really much we could remove without losing substance, which we didn't want to do. So this is going to be a long episode, but if you're ready to buckle up, we have added chapters for ease of navigating the chaos. So
it's gonna be a deep one.
It is going to be very deep. So this is not necessarily the light-hearted stuff that we normally do. There is quite a bit of light-hearted parts in it and jokes and fun, but for the most part, we will be getting very deep with our thoughts.
Yeah, I think it's very knowledgeable as well because it will make people like think back, reflect on their own friendships, their own relationships and things like that, and how you can,
yeah. So hopefully you enjoy this episode with us.
And cheers to the chaos.
So before we get stuck into our sanity check scenario, this is your regular friendly reminder to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this content. Right, sanity check scenario time. So your new partner, like a month or two, is adamant they want to go out on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
As in the day of Valentine's. But you already made plans with your girlfriends for Galentines 6 months ago, before you even met your partner, before you and your partner started dating, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you blowing off your girls to go with your partner, or are you still going to Galentines and having Valentine's with your partner a different day?
I will not ever blow off Galentine's Day. Like, I would, especially if it was booked 6 months ago or it was talked about it before I got with my partner. And I mean, to be fair, Valentine's Day has never really been, even when I was in a relationship, Valentine's Day wasn't really a big thing. So kind of like go with the flow, because specifically Valentine's Day, that day, if it falls on a Friday or a Thursday, whatever day, it's so busy. So busy. So I would definitely go with, like, say, look, my girl.
Hey, boo.
Hey, boo. This was planned. Like, you need to respect. I would respect. Obviously, you would feel bad for me to say to my girls, oh, you know, now that I've been now that I'm with my new partner, like I'm gonna blow you off now. No, I'm gonna say to my partner, this was planned way before we met, way before. So say we can do another day that is not as busy as expected. So yeah, I would say soz. And if you're happy with that, amazing. If not, then there's the door.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like because if the Galentine's plans were made before you even met this person, or even if they were made, yeah, I would say if they were made after you met this person, it would be a different situation.
Yeah.
Because if you're in a relationship, obviously you know Valentine's Day is like day of love, day of partners, whatever. So I think that that would be a different situation. But if you made these plans before you even met this person, before, or even if not necessarily before you met them, but before you started dating. So let's say these plans were made before you started dating, then I don't feel like it would be right to blow off the plans. I understand Valentine's Day is like a special day. It is day of love, romantic day, whatever it is. It is for partners, primarily the way that things work today. But I also don't think that that's 100% right, because love is love.
Exactly.
Right?
And you should celebrate it every day, not
Yeah.
just the one day of the year.
Yeah, that as well. I would sit down, just have a conversation and be like, I understand if you want to go out on this day. I understand why. Unfortunately, I already have commitments.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blow off my commitments because now I'm in a relationship, especially if you haven't even been dating that long.
Yeah. 2
Because
months is,
yeah, because you've had your friends for however long,
yeah.
right? So it's basically like telling your friends this person that you've just met is more important than them, and your word doesn't actually mean anything because you're breaking your word
Yeah.
to go out with this person.
Yeah, and it
So
definitely doesn't sit good with us, to be honest. Like, we need to. And I think the thing is, being a month, 2 months, you're still knowing each other, getting to know each other. So you need to have that conversation.
yeah,
Like, communication is key, as we've said before.
yeah,
And I feel like even if the plans were made, would have been made after, like after starting to date, you could might as well, just sit with them and say, how do you feel about like Valentine's Day? Like, are you like
yes,
what they, because you need to know what they feel about the matter, about the topic, obviously, because it
yes,
obviously would make them feel that their feelings are validated, which they are.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you've known these people, your friends, your gals, for however long, and you've only met this person for a month or two, which you're still getting to know, which you're still, because you don't, let's be honest, you don't really get to know someone within a month or two of dating them. Like,
No.
it's a whole different story. So
Yeah, people only show their true colors after the first 3 months because that's when all pretense drops.
yeah,
That's when the facade that you've put forward is getting a bit difficult to
the
maintain.
honeymoon state.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like if I was, say for example, I started dating this person and friends had approached me and said, "Oh, we're having Galentines. Are you joining?" Then I would have a conversation with my partner and be like, "Right, this is a situation.
Yeah.
Is this something like, do you want to go out on this day? Like, is this something that you want to, like, this is when we're doing it. Is this a day that you would want to go out? Or, do you want to make it like a different day?" Because let's be honest, right? I understand Valentine's Day is Valentine's Day, but it's just a day. The 14th
Exactly.
is just one day out of the 28 or 29, if you're in a leap year, days in February.
Yeah.
It's just a day.
Mm.
So if your relationship is strong enough and if your relationship is good, you shouldn't feel the need to carve out a specific day to show each other love.
Yeah. Because you should show each other love every day.
Exactly. Like, you can go for dinner any day
Mm-hmm.
and it won't be busy. Things won't be overpriced. It won't be sold out or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's very dependent on the situation and exactly the type of relationship that you have, when plans are made, all that kind of stuff. Because another thing to consider is if you've only been dating someone for 2 weeks and your girls are like, "Oh, we want to do something for Galentines," is a person going to feel comfortable enough to bring up that topic? Because a lot of people wouldn't. A lot of people wouldn't feel comfortable enough after 2 weeks of dating to bring up, "Oh, so what are we doing for Valentine's Day?" What do you mean? We just started
Yeah,
dating. What do you mean?
Yeah, no, that's too much.
So that's one side. But then again, if you haven't thought about that, why haven't you thought about that? If you're dating this person, if you have agreed to date this person, the hope would be that your thought process is, I can see myself building a life with this person. That would be the hope.
Yeah.
And if that is the case, why have you not thought about Valentine's Day? Because it must be a thought.
Yeah.
So, and it's like, my thing would also be, let's say, for example, your girls make plans way before you met this person or way before you started dating this person. Then it comes to the day and they're adamant it has to be on February 14th. Why? Why does it have to be on February 14th? Because if you're so adamant on it being a specific day, to me it starts to feel slightly, I don't want to say performative, but it is a thought. Because, as I said, love is love is love.
Yeah.
And 14th is just another day.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between doing it on the 14th or the 15th? What's the difference? It's also, then I would say, for example, okay, fine, I get we won't be spending this Valentine's like on the 14th together, but there's always next year.
Yeah, and after a year, a whole year makes a difference. Like after a year, if you're still with that person, then yeah, maybe. But then I think my thought is that with Valentine's, as you said, it's just one day. Like I feel I've seen other couples that what they do is that I've known them that they do like a date night every month or something.
Yeah, you should do date nights. That's very important. What I mean. You should do
like every month. So Valentine's doesn't really.
You said something very interesting.
What?
You said if you're still with that person after a year.
Well,
which brings me to something that I did actually think of. If you're not thinking, this is the person I want to build a life with.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that they're thinking the same thing.
Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. But my point is, you don't go into a relationship thinking, oh, I want to build a life, but does this person want to be a life? If you're confused, you're in the wrong relationship. You should never be confused in a relationship. The minute you're confused, that is not your relationship. Number one. Okay? Number one. If you're ever confused about where you stand with somebody, that is not your person. Because love is not confusing. Okay? Yeah. Mind games and manipulation is very confusing. So if you're confused, you're in the wrong relationship.
Me right now.
Okay. But my point is, let's say, because what you said is a good point.
Because the way I said it is just you don't know what's going to happen. Maybe that other person, maybe you're really into it, but maybe that person doesn't feel the same about you, and you literally never know what can happen, where you stand. But then, again, as you said, if you don't know where you stand, then you shouldn't be there.
This is where communication comes in.
Yes.
Because if you can't have proper communication with your partner, why are you in that relationship?
Yeah.
This is the point, right? Yeah. If you can't have proper communication, if you can't have healthy boundaries, that is not your relationship. What are you doing? There was something that I watched something where someone said, you lose them how you got them. And what they mean by that is, the red flags that are at the end of the relationship are always at the beginning of the relationship. Red flags are red flags. They just look a little different. But the core red flag is exactly the same thing. Damn. So guaranteed, you already saw these things. Maybe not in such big doses. They don't come out as much because, as I said, it takes about 3 months for someone to drop the facade. Yeah. But you already knew, or you had an inkling. Intuition is a very funny thing. We just don't always listen to it. But you already knew that this was a possibility. So number one, why have you not talked about that yet? Number two, if you know it's a possibility and it doesn't sit right with you, why are you there? Okay? You don't have to be in a relationship to have love in your life. Yeah. So why are you there? But that's just me. Fair. That's just my opinion. Everyone is welcome to feel however they want to feel. Yeah. If people want to get into relationships because they need comfort, go for it, by all means. I'm not going to judge that. My point is just...
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Anyway, I feel like we went completely off topic.
Moving on.
That was on me. I'm sorry. But, okay, so that brings us now to what the episode is actually about.
3
Sorry.
hours later.
It's the ADHD. I can't help it, okay? We have a whole bunch of side stories going on up here. So, when I was saying about you don't have to have a relationship in your life to have love, this is where friendships come in.
Yeah.
And I think that platonic soulmates are extremely underrated.
Yeah.
I don't think that things have changed in the last few years, I will say. Or people are just more vocal about it. Because you do have people who are constantly putting up things about their friends, and people who are more open about their experiences with their friends and the types of connections that they have with their friends. But generally, I don't think that having platonic soulmates is something that's talked about enough.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's something that you said that's really, really true, that you don't have to have a relationship to have love in your life. Boom. Because it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, a relationship will come just to add value to your life or to be a part of your life and not change your whole life.
Be the spice on your meal.
The spice on... Yes! Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, when was it that you we were talking about?
I know, it was after wine and was some ranting and we got really
it was a
deep
whole
and...
dish. I'm pretty sure.
No, okay, so basically...
And the chicken and
so
the spices.
you are the dish, right?
You are the chicken.
You are the dish.
Breast,
well, sure. You can be the lamb, you can be the beef, you can be the duck, whatever you want to be, right? The point is just, if you are vegan, you are the tofu. Okay, fine. But you are the dish. And the person who comes into your life should not be an ingredient in the dish. The dish is still complete without the spice, right? It just obviously tastes better with the spice. But the dish is still a dish without the spice. So you are the dish and all of the ingredients, and the partner that you choose is the spice on your dish. So you take the spice away, or you change the spice, you use different spice, you use more, you use less, whatever it is, the dish is still the dish.
Mm-hmm.
And the spice just makes the dish better. That's what, in my opinion, a relationship is, or should be.
Mic drop.
Can't drop these mics. They're very expensive.
Yeah, you know. But just metaphorically, imaginative.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
That was one night when we went on rant and got very deep, and I don't even know how that whole conversation started.
On the channel, do we not?
I'm pretty sure we
did.
We
not talk about
I'm pretty sure we were sat on this couch having very deep conversations after recording one of the episodes. And for some reason, don't ask me what possessed me, but I looked over you and I looked at you and I said, "Are you happy?"
Oh my gosh, yes.
I think that's how it started.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you went really, really deep.
I don't know where it came from. It was just a thought.
But I think that described exactly what life should be and a person's not expectations, but kind of like what they feel that a relationship, how like how a relationship should come into their life.
Yeah.
But yeah, 100% agree. I think Galentines, like girlfriends, platonic platonic soulmates.
Yeah.
It's definitely not something that's been talked about, I don't think, ever until recently for some reason.
Yeah.
It's not talked about enough. Like, we need to up it because
yeah, that's the thing,
because we don't realize how much we don't realize how much love we have with our friends and with our platonic soulmates, because we're always so focused on finding that relationship, finding that person, that we don't realize whoever's been there with us.
I think because the whole the belief has been that you build your life with your partner. And so I think what may be happening is a lot of people feel like they can't build a life until they have a partner. And so they want to find that partner to build their life with, but people forget you can build your life on your own. You can build a life all by yourself. It doesn't necessarily mean that anything's missing. It doesn't mean that your life is incomplete. Your life can be complete without a partner. And then when you get a partner, your life gets better. The right partner. Let's put that out there. But I think that people... Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's... You can find love in so many different ways. Yes, it looks different, right? And yes, let's just first start by saying that the love of a partner is completely different, and that kind of love can't be filled by anybody else. This is just is the truth.
That's a fact, yeah.
Like a partner's love you can't substitute a friend's love for a partner's love.
It's still love. It's just a different...
It's a different kind of love. But I think that we put too much emphasis on finding the one. There is no the one. There's multiple ones that fit you at different stages in your life. But the friendships are different, I think, because think about it this way. Let's say, for example, you got on a date. Right? You've planned this is a date. You're meeting someone for a date. So the whole expectation of this is a date is there. Guaranteed, at some point on this date, your mind is going to go to, could this person be my person? At some point.
Oh, 100%.
At some point during that date, maybe even before, maybe afterwards, but sometime around the date, your mind's going to go to, could this person be my person? Okay. Think about when you meet new people. When you meet new people, is your first thought, or a thought at some point when you've met them, oh, can this person be my friendship soulmate? I think, can this person be a friend? But I don't automatically go to, are you going to be my friendship soulmate? Are we going to do everything together?
Yeah,
because we didn't start like that.
No.
We were just friends.
Yeah, I didn't.
And then... Okay, fair, valid, whatever.
Whatever.
But my point is, like, when we started hanging out, we were just friends.
Yeah.
Right? I put from my side, I wasn't thinking, oh, you're going to become such an integral part of my life, and I finally found my platonic soulmate that I've never actually found.
I never would have thought that. Never.
So I think that's also why friendships and relationships, some friendships can last so much longer than relationships.
Yeah.
Because there's none of that expectation and pressure. Because we create the pressure for ourselves. Okay, nobody is creating this pressure for us. We are doing it all by our lonesomes. When you have friendships, there's none of that heavy expectation, and we understand what's funny to me is it may be because of the thought of, you know, like when you meet a partner, they're your life partner, they're your ride or die, they're the person that you build your life with, that you're going to maybe have kids with, that you're going to travel the country with, like whatever the case is going to be. So the expectation that they should be providing for all of your emotional needs is very high. Whereas with friends, we understand that friends are different, and we understand that friends can't meet all of our emotional needs.
Yeah.
And I feel like that thought process needs to change a bit. Because your partner can never, ever meet all of your emotional needs. It is impossible.
Yeah.
They can't do it. It can't happen. And expecting them to do it puts them in a place. Yeah. It puts them in a place of like, I can't do this. I really can't do this. And that's why you get avoidance. Because they're like, I just can't do this. It's
and that's
too much.
where the relationship breaks down, because you expect them to fix all of your... To fix you and be there and cover all the emotional stuff going on.
Yeah.
And what you don't expect with your friends. And that's where the relationship breaks.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like you expect them to be something that you could never be for them. And that's where the disconnect happens. You cannot be someone's whole emotional everything. It's impossible. You can't. You as a person are not enough to be that. And I don't mean to say that people are not enough, because you will always be enough for the right person. But you physically cannot be everything to someone. You cannot. You cannot provide for all of their needs. You can't.
No.
And expecting someone else to do that is setting yourself up for disappointment, because the minute that they don't do one little thing is when you go, oh, yeah, they're horrible. oh, this is like, what was I even thinking? Like, you've got so much potential. Why don't you just be the person that I need you to be?
Yeah, and you can't really put that pressure onto that other person, like that, the whole
No.
responsibility.
No.
That's awful. No.
Like I said, setting yourself up for disappointment, that's what you're doing. And I feel that's why a lot of relationships fold, is because firstly, people fall in love with potential, not with the person.
The ideal.
And secondly, because people expect too much of partners in the sense of it's not realistic. I'm not saying you need to lower your standards. That's not at all what I'm saying. Because if you have standards based off your values, they will not be too much.
Yeah.
But
just don't expect them to fix you. Like, you will fix you. You have to fix yourself. There's so much that the other person can do for you.
Yeah.
However, the real fixation, or the real fix, and the real healing, the real transformation, it's you. It's done by yourself. That's it. You can't expect nobody to do it for you. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why it's like, someone can support you through your healing journey, but someone cannot heal you.
No.
Because the only time when people heal themselves is when they have a realization that challenges their current beliefs. That's the only time when someone will change, is when they decide something challenges their beliefs that they had, and they realize that maybe there's a better way. That's when someone changes. Not because someone's telling you, oh, you need to change because I think that you could do better. Well, thanks. Go fuck yourself.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think that's also why, like with friendships, when, like, I don't know how it works for men. I don't know enough about how these situations work with men and their friendships, and they obviously process emotions very differently to women.
Yeah.
Which is obviously the stigma around emotions has created that disconnect.
Yeah.
But with women, what is the first thing you do when you go through a breakup?
You go to your friends.
You call your friends.
You call your best friend.
You call your best friend,
Yeah.
and you're like, I'm hurting. And your best friend will listen. They'll listen to you vent, and they won't try and fix it.
Yeah.
Because they realize, like with women, you don't need someone to fix it. Sometimes you just need a soundboard. You just need to vent.
Yeah.
Because you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And
the right
out.
friend will let you go will teach you to go through it, that you have to go through it to get over it, basically.
Yeah. The quickest way
Yeah.
to the quickest there's someone said something at one point, I think it was, the quickest way through trauma is through it. That's literally, it's through it. It's not around it, it's not over it, it's not or any other, it's through it. And it's the same like with heartbreak. The quickest way to get through heartbreak is to go through it.
Go through it, yeah.
Because you're gonna hurt either way. You're gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no way to avoid that.
Yeah.
Because you are a human, you have feelings. So you're gonna be hurting.
Yeah.
But having a support system is something you can't trade for anything.
Yeah. I feel that is having a support system, I think, is even more powerful, because even if you're in a relationship, if anything like happens, you always go to your friends. Always go to your best friends. Always. If anything happens, like, you go to your best friend. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I feel that is so much there's so much power there, and so much support and love there. There's even more love there than there is in the relationship. Like, it's a different love, but
yes,
but I think you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's a different type of love because there's no expectation behind the love.
Yeah.
As I said, it's the expectation is kind of what screws it up. Because you're expecting something, and when your expectations aren't met, then you're disappointed, and that affects how you see the relationship.
Yeah.
Whereas with friends, generally, there's not as much pressure. Yes, you have expectations for your friends to show up, but I think it's a different kind of expectation. It doesn't feel as urgent. Like the expectation, there's no urgency behind it with friends. Whereas the expectation in a relationship, there's always urgency behind it, because you know that you have something that you could lose. I think because we go, like, when you meet someone, you think to yourself, let's say, for example, you've decided this is your person. When you're going to, if you know you're going to lose that person, or if you know there's a possibility you're going to lose that person, you're immediately going, but this is my person. Like, what am I supposed to do now? What if I lose them, what am I supposed to do now? This is my person. Now you have to go and like, oh, if I go to find another, am I going to find another person? Like, or was this my one and only shot and then that's just it? I'm never going to find anyone like this ever again. Whereas with friendships, you lose a friend, you're like, I've got friends.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll make new friends. It's fine.
Yeah. And I feel everyone you meet will be either for a lesson, either to stay, it will be a chapter of your life, or so you'll meet people that will just come in and, you know, be friends for a couple of years and just teach you something. Whatever it is, but teach you something. And then they'll go away, you'll lose them, or you won't talk to them again. And then, but somehow someone else, so for this person to come in, this person had to go.
Exactly.
Mic drop.
Exactly.
So you meet all kinds of people, and you're always gonna have friends. You're always gonna have a support system, and even like far away or close to you. That's the thing, though. When we were talking about this, like the people that we really care about, obviously, separate apart from us.
Yeah.
But with our other like friends, like really, really close friends that we've known for years. Where are they? Somewhere in another country.
Yeah, in another country.
In another country.
Okay, but to be fair, that's on us, okay? Because we moved.
Yeah,
we left.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was a reason, and it wasn't with malice. But yes, we did leave.
Yeah.
So we can't be mad about that.
Yeah, true. But I mean, the point I was trying to make is that you meet people that come and go, and you're always gonna have a support system. You're always gonna have people that will teach you and that will really make you understand that you're going through this, that you have to go through this, and they'll be there. Some people will be there to listen to your rant and this, and to just have a good time.
Yeah, it's like that. Everyone has a purpose in your life. Like everyone that you meet is meant to be in your life for some reason, if for nothing else, to teach you a lesson.
Yeah,
like everyone in your life is meant to be there. Some people become side characters.
Yeah.
And some, supporting characters, and they stay for the whole season or for the whole...
Yeah.
Because that's what they are at the end of the day. And some people are just a blip. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that they're not meant to stay for your whole story. Yeah. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And just because I think you found a connection, so exactly the same of like finding the one friend. You don't just have one friend that you really, bond with. You have so many.
Yeah.
And you don't even know if that maybe in the future you'll have even like you don't know if you're going to meet someone else that's going to be even like closer, or you're going to bond with in a different way. So there are different ones. If you feel there's no ones, I think my point is about the finding the one. I feel like in a friendship way, like if it works.
Oh, I thought that was going a very different direction. I'm sorry. That's why I was sat here and I was thinking, hang on. No, sorry. Finish your thought process and then I will.
But I think you're still gonna have people that are going to support you. Like just it doesn't like okay. Let me try and put this. You won't just have the same friends you've met in this time of your life. You won't just have this little box full of the 5 people that you know, or the 10 people that you know.
Yeah, we keep our friends in boxes so that they can't run away. Okay, it's like very logical.
Had people before. You've had people that you care about before. You've had friends before, and you're gonna have friends after. So, what are the odds that you're gonna find a different one if you feel that the one was on? I think it's going a bit.
No, I understand what you mean. My thought was, I thought this was going a very different direction. When you were like, just like you can have multiple friends, I was like, are we saying that we're going to have multiple partners all at once?
No, friends and like friendships, like friends that come and go. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Friendship wise, yeah, no, not Not
That's
all
why I
old
was like, where is this going? Have you turned a corner I'm not aware of yet?
No. I didn't mean in the partner way. I meant in the friendship way of like
Yeah.
friends that you've had before and that you have now and then you'll have in the future.
Yeah.
So it's and you just bond with different people and yeah.
Thing is that there's so much that goes into finding like a soulmate, like platonic or romantic. There's so much that has to line up for it to get to that point and for it to actually, for you to be able to connect at that level. And I feel like a lot of people are grasping for it because it is something that you can't explain to anyone. It is something amazing to have. And I feel like everyone deserves to find that at some point in their life, platonic, romantic, whatever it is. But there's so much that has to line up for that to actually be a possibility. You're talking circumstance, distance, time in your life, lifestyles. There's so much that has to, like, your compatibility has to be at a certain level to actually find that soulmate connection that people talk about.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes people look for it where they shouldn't be looking for it because they do just want to find it, which is fair.
Yeah.
Like, you really want to find it, it's fine. But I feel like a lot of times people try and make a bad thing work because of that.
Yeah, because they feel that's gonna be enough. They're not gonna have anything better. That's everything they're gonna get.
Yeah, and this is true for romantic and platonic.
Yeah.
Because I've known people who have, some of my friends who have had friends who, when they tell me stories about this friend, I'm thinking, this doesn't really sound, this sounding very sus.
Yeah,
This is
why
really
are you still
sounding very
friends?
sus.
Oh, yeah, why are you still friends with them?
Yeah, but this thing, right, I'm not getting involved because it's not my relationship, right? So I'm not going to get involved. But the thing is, I think to myself, I don't understand, because this person will, for example, complain about how this person treats them. I'm thinking, then why are they still in your life?
Why? Yeah, exactly.
Like, they shouldn't be there. If this person is not treating you well, they shouldn't be in your life. I don't give a damn who you are.
Yeah.
And I think that to me is one of the things that is true in platonic and platonic and romantic relationships these days, is people are settling because they're afraid of being alone. And there's a very big difference between being alone and being lonely.
There's
very big difference.
It's whole opposite.
So a lot of people are compromising and accepting things that they should not be accepting because they're afraid of being alone.
And you're uncomfortable being alone. You don't know how to be alone.
Yeah, that's a whole... We're not even going to get started on that, okay? That is a whole different ball game. We're not even going to get started on... Let's not open that can of worms just yet. Otherwise, we're going to be sat here all night.
Yeah.
But I think that is why, with romantic relationships especially, I think something else actually, something else that plays a role is, like, with romantic relationships, you think to yourself, I've already put so much time into this. If I can't make this work, I've wasted all of this time. You don't, I don't feel like a person has that thought with friendships.
No.
I don't think that that's a thought that comes up in friendships.
No.
Because you're like, okay, that's fine. It was just a friend who was just here to be here for this time, and then we'll just move on. And that's what I say, I think that
doesn't happen in relationships. Like, why can't we think that?
I think it's just because we put so much pressure on this person being our everything.
Yeah.
Because the movies have romanticized it to a point where you meet this one person and they just fix you, and you are together for the rest of your life, and the movie ends when those people have the realization and are at the start of their honeymoon phase. That's when the movie ends. We don't know what happens after. So we romanticize what happens after. And because you're left with this thought of, oh, they're just so happy and they love each other and they've just dropped everything for each other. They've given up whatever it was for each other. And so now we're like, that must be how the rest of their life is going to look. That's obviously a foresight of how the rest of their life is going to look. That doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
But I think we put so much pressure on relationships. And I think that's why, like, Galentines is literally just a bunch of chicks coming together and having fun, drinking wine, doing crafts, eating good food, snacks.
Pamper night.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
It's not a thing of, okay, we're planning this now. Stakes are high. You best come dressed in your best outfit. Otherwise, I will judge you. And
also, the expectation is to have sex on that night as well.
Yeah, okay.
Because that's the thing, though. That's another pressure to... Obviously, when you're pressured to do something, like you...
No one wants that pressure.
No one wants that.
Okay, no one can perform under that pressure.
No.
Men and women alike.
Because how it goes is that, you get all fancied up and go out to a restaurant, have some wine, blah, blah, and then go home and all the roses and blah, 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 blah. And then you're expected to
put
have
out
coitus.
Have coitus.
According to Sheldon Cooper. Have coitus.
Yeah.
With your partner.
Okay.
Like, what if you've got your...
Don't even. Okay, we're not putting that on the internet. Okay, I think that obviously I'm only talking from a straight perspective.
Yeah.
So I don't know how things work in a same-sex relationship. I don't know that.
It's not as out of the world as you think.
No, but what I mean by that is men and women think very differently.
Yeah.
So when you've got I'm gonna call it like a heterosexual relationship, whatever. Mm-hmm. You've got two people who think very differently, two people who show love very differently, two people who experience love very differently, two people who value things very differently. That is biology. It's not personality. It's biology. Whereas obviously with same-sex couples...
It's more personality.
It's more personality because your biology is the same. Mm. So when it comes to coitus...
Sexual relations.
There's a lot more that goes into it, right? Yeah. And the thing is that with women, you have to make it special. So women, I feel like this is going to turn into a TED talk. I just have to put that out there, okay? From everything that I have watched, I've been watching, I watch and I listen to a lot of different podcasts. There's a lot of experts that go on there. There's a lot of people who do research, all sorts of stuff. But from my understanding of how things work, some things I had, obviously because I'm a woman, I know, so because I have experience myself, but it's like for a woman to be, for lack of a better way of explaining, turned on, is she has to feel safe and she has to feel loved.
The pinnacle.
The pinnacle. No, the pinnacle is what comes after preparations. True. Okay. So the thing is that for a woman, foreplay does not start the moment you enter the bedroom.
No, that's true.
It starts long before that.
Okay.
So this is something that I have experienced and I have seen with other people as well. With men, because they think differently, because it's more about blood flow than anything else, is they tend to just kind of be like, oh, so this day is Valentine's Day. We're going to make today special. The last 3 weeks have been shit. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to make today special and that should be enough.
Yeah.
Doesn't really work like that.
No.
Because safety takes time to build. But... yeah, I'm not going to get too deep into this whole thing, okay? I don't really feel like I'm in that station today. I'm not in the mindset to be getting into this. Maybe we can do an episode on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, comment below if you want us to do an episode.
Yeah, let us know.
On our opinions on human biology and reaching the pinnacle.
Reaching the pinnacle.
But yes, there is a lot of pressure put on that, yes. I think because that's the one day of the year that's supposed to be about love. It's a day dedicated to love.
Yeah.
Which again, it's a lot of pressure.
It should be every day.
It should. It should be every day. But that's where friendships are different. You get best friend day, but to be fair, how many times I've gone on social media and there's been things like, today is best friends day, and I'm thinking, this is the third time this year. How many best friends days do we
time?
You see what I'm saying?
Is it April? Is it June? Is it this?
I want to put it in my calendar, but I don't know when I'm supposed to be putting this in.
I get confused, to be fair.
That's what I'm saying. So there's not like one specific day for your friends. Your friends are there every day.
That's the thing. There's not like National Friendship Day. Like we plan for friendships with Galentines. Like we with the gals with the friend groups. We all plan to see each other this day or that day, and multiple times a year. Hopefully, you know, obviously everyone's like busy and things like that. But we try and, you know, and meet up and have at least more than once.
Yeah.
But we do it because not just because it's one day.
We do it because we want to connect with our friends.
Exactly.
That's
we haven't
what it's
seen
about.
them for a while, and you want to catch up and things like that. Not you don't have to wait for one day of the year to.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, yeah, you existed. Oh, yeah, I exist as well. Oh, yeah, we're friends. Oh,
yeah.
Let's get together.
Like, oh, by the way, this Saturday's Best Friends Day, so I'm presuming we have plans.
Yeah.
That's not really how that goes.
Yeah.
But I think that's also why friendships sometimes last longer than relationships. I mean, there's a lot that goes into why relationships don't last as long as friendships. Because to be fair, bar present company, like present company excluded, most times you do not live with your friend.
Yeah.
So you don't live with your best friend.
No.
So you get doses of your
rare.
best friend. You get doses of your best friend.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're living with a partner, you see all of their bad habits.
Yeah.
You see all of the stuff that they do that you now just all pet peeves that come out. You have different ways of handling things that clash. Like all of that is going to cause friction in some way or another, depending on how you handle it, right? So I feel like it's not very easy just to say, oh, but friendships last longer than romantic relationships because we do friendships better. I don't think that's what it is. I think there's a lot that goes into why friendships last longer than relationships. I think it's the fact that there's not as much pressure. I think it's the fact that we're not in close proximity with our friends as much as you would be with a partner.
Yeah.
I think it's because you do not expect your friends to meet all of your emotional needs, but you do expect it from a partner, which honestly needs to change. And there's this whole thing of you don't expect that you're going to build a life with your friend. You expect you're going to have good times while you're both living your own lives. But with a partner, you expect that they should want the same things that you do.
Yeah.
We don't expect this from friends. We don't expect friends to want the same things we do. We don't expect friends to have the same dreams as us, the same goals as us.
Exactly.
Because we don't have to.
And we never put pressure on them to change, or we don't put pressure on them to, you know, you have to think, do an Eloise, like you have to think the same as I do. And like you've got your dreams, I've got my dreams. We're totally different, but we are still like best friends, and we respect that about each other. We respect the differences, and we respect the similarities.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That should be the way that a partner should be as well.
Yeah, but that's to say, it's also like with the potential thing. You don't meet a friend and think, oh, you know what? You could be a great friend if you just changed this and this and this about yourself. So now I'm going to become friends with you and I'm going to slowly change you over time. When you don't change, I'm going to get mad about it.
Yeah, that's not.
Whereas with relationships, you meet someone, you think, oh, they would be perfect if it was not for this and this and this. So they have the potential to be the perfect partner, but I need to change them so that they're like this instead.
Yeah, I don't try to change people.
No, you shouldn't. Don't fall in love with potential. You fall in love with the person. If you're falling in love with potential, they're not your person. Yeah. Because the person who is for you will be someone who you accept fully as they are, flaws and all.
Flaws and everything.
And if their flaws are not something that you can live with, if it clashes with your values, then they are not your person.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
And talk to them. Like, say, look, I can't deal with this, or I can't. Communication. Yeah. That's all it takes.
Because...
And they'll respect you for that more than...
Exactly. Oh, yeah. Mutual respect. We've talked about this many times. Yeah. Mutual respect's a very big thing. Platonic and romantic. Mutual respect, 100%. You need to have that. But coming to, like, flaws and stuff, and, like, pet peeves, I feel like if you truly care for the person deeply, pet peeves are not actually a thing. Yeah. Because I have pet peeves here and there. I don't have a lot, to be fair. Most of my pet peeves they're not actual things that people do. It's more like personality based. And that's just because those things clash with my values, so I can't get along with someone like that.
Yeah.
I can't. So to me, that's like how I define pet peeves. Physical, like actual actions, are not really a big thing for me, but they are more prevalent with people, because I've had it before where someone who I don't know can do it, and it will drive me up the wall. And someone that I care about can do it, and I'm just like, no, I wouldn't go that far. But I'm just like, it's a little bit annoying, but you know what? It's fine. I'll get over it. And then you move on.
Yeah.
Because I've been in wrong relationships, or relationships that were wrong for me with the wrong person. And there have been so many pet peeves.
Yeah.
But it's because I was constantly falling in love with potential and not person.
Right.
But then I've had platonic relationships. I know, again, this is very different, but like platonic relationships, or like relationship in my family, where people will do exactly the same things that annoyed the living daylights out of me with the partner. And then I'm just like,
but it doesn't really
it's
bother
fine.
you as much
I'm
as
just
it
like,
did with that.
I can deal with it.
Yeah.
I'll be like, for a split second, I'm like, and then I'm thinking, you know what? It's really not that big a deal. And then you move on.
Yeah.
And that tells me
that
for me personally, this is another thing though. This may not be how everyone works.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just start by saying that, because yeah, but like for me personally, I feel like if I really care about the person, if I love that person, pet peeves are not really a thing. It's just little annoyances. There's going to be annoyances in day in, day out, wherever you go. It doesn't really matter, but
yeah, because if you're going back to that situation, then that means that's not your person. That's not a person that you really, really care about as much as you do for the person that, or your friend or family that does it, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, it's also like, so this with your friendships and stuff. Obviously, with friendships, I feel like perceptions of love changes. Your idea about love changes once you've had very deep friendships. And the same can be said for your standards.
Oh, yeah.
I've said this to you before.
Yeah.
I said to you that I will know I've met my person when they treat me better than you do.
Yes, you have said that.
Because the kind of relationship that this is what...
Line up, boys!
Let's not be doing that. Unless you're bringing a fruit basket, then by all means.
Oh, yes. Or a plant, or
Pizza.
a gift. Pizza.
Dude, pizza. I really want a dog, but we can't have a dog.
I know.
I really wish we could. Yeah, if you want to bring me a puppy, but you'll have to bring a new house along with it where I can keep said puppy. But
yeah,
anyway.
And if they're already potty trained, so it should be fine.
What? The dude or the dog?
The doggy, the puppy.
I feel like it's a valid question, okay?
Fair.
But no, I can potty train a dog myself.
Yeah,
it's fine.
they potty train it. Yeah, if the dude is potty trained, then that's a point, a tick.
Wait, what? I can't even remember how this whole thing started. Okay, but anyway, the point I wanted to make was that I think that's what people mean when they say that love is easy. So there's big controversy around, is love easy or is it difficult? Yeah. Some experts say love should be easy. Some experts say love is never easy. Right? I think the differentiation comes when our friendship is easy.
It is.
Everything is easy. We have not had one fight since we became friends.
We have not.
We are both honest as fuck, so that is not the problem.
Yeah.
But we communicate, we talk about stuff. If there are things that both of us are feeling a certain way about, one of us feeling a certain way about, we sit down, we talk about it, we discuss everything.
Yeah.
We're very considerate towards each other. Our friendship is easy.
Yeah.
Like nothing has ever felt difficult.
Not
ever.
just that, but this friendship, I feel like, and it's really, really rare. Like, it's rare to find someone who will not expect you to change, not expect you to fix your flaws, and and just the only expectation is be who you are.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
But that's what I'm saying. That to me is the definition of it being easy. Because of the type of relationship that we have, I value our friendship more than I want to make a point of something that annoys me, or more than I want to be right, or more than whatever the case is, right? Yeah. And I think that's what people mean, or that's what the idea should be behind love should be easy. not lovers. We're going to have like disagreements. Like we've had very hard conversations and very deep conversations before. We really have.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part.
But we respect each other's. This is the thing, that communication is key.
Yes.
We've had communication. We've agreed to disagree, which is absolutely fine.
Exactly.
Your feelings are valid. Your words are valid. My feelings are valid. My words are valid.
Exactly.
And that's it. It's not a point of like, oh, you have to think like I have. Like you should think like this. You should do this. You should do that. It's just. Yeah, we've got two opinions, two different things, and we've had conversations, deep conversations, and we've agreed, disagreed, and that's just how it is.
It's like having an apple and an orange, right?
Yeah.
You got two people in a relationship, platonic, romantic, whatever. It's an apple and an orange, but both go in a fruit basket, okay?
Exactly.
That's
With a banana. With the banana, and then you add other ones as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Little ones, but the point just being that that's why I say like standards change. I never actually fully realized what I had been missing in my previous relationships until you and I became friends.
Same.
Because the type of relationship that we have made me understand what an actual like a romantic relationship should look like.
Yeah.
Like how it should be.
For me, it was a friendship. Like, I don't think I've ever experienced a proper, genuine, truly real friendship until you and I.
We're gonna get all emotional on this episode.
Until I met you, and until I met until I understood what true friendship was.
Yeah, like I'll say, I've had very good friendships in the past. Like I have had very good friendships, but it was never the level of friendship that you and I have because of circumstance, because of timing, because of whatever it was. Like I have got friends that I have very deep connections with, but it's not the same connection as what I have with you.
Yeah.
Because it's they've got their own lives and they're doing their own thing. They're at different stages in their life. It's very difficult to have a very deep connection with someone when they're in a completely different stage in their life, because your priorities are different. Your like the way that you think about things is different, because like completely different, because you've got other things going on in your life. So I have had probably, I don't even think I could make up 5, but I've got probably like three friends.
Like good,
Like,
genuine, truly friends. Yeah.
Friends that have stood the test of time, as in a decade.
Yeah.
And these are people who have been there, not always constantly, but they've been there. We've always been present in some capacity.
Yeah.
But I never had a friend who, like you said, about having like that type of friendship and that level of friendship with anybody until you and I became friends. That was it.
Yeah. And what you just said about this, this is really up the standards of how a relationship should be.
Yeah.
So if my next relationship is not as good as my ride or dies, as this friendship, as solid as this, go. Nah, I don't want to know.
My thing is, it's like we'll both, like, sometimes you're feeling something and I'm not, and then we do it anyway.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you're not feeling something but I am, and then we do it anyways.
Yeah.
Because that's where the compromise in the relationship comes in. And the other thing is like when I've had a really bad, if Tiff knows I've had a bad day, okay, I need to give you some props for this, okay? These people need to know
About what?
you need to get some praise for this. If I've had a really bad day or if I'm really moody, I get snacks.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, she does.
This one shows up with snacks.
Yeah.
And that is like,
And the masks, the eye thingies that you've always
dude, okay, hang on. This is something that has to be mentioned, okay?
I thought you were saying about that.
No, I always go snacks first. Okay.
But yeah, snacks.
Okay, so for context, I love like sheet masks and like eye patches, and I love like that kind of stuff because it's just easy. You literally just take it out of the packet, you stick it on, and when it's done, you just chuck it away. I love that. And there's a certain type of eye mask that I buy from a certain store, and they've been out of stock. Like, it sells out really, really quickly.
Like 6 months.
Okay, yeah, that's over dramatized, but yes, very, very
long time.
And so basically, they're really cheap for a good amount. They work really, really well. But the problem is that the store never actually has a lot of stock. And so we basically, I think it was for 3 weeks straight, every day we went to gym, we would go into that shop because we have to walk past it. And I was like, right, let me go in.
Daily disappointment.
My daily dose of disappointment. Let's go in for my daily dose of disappointment. And they would never have. And the last day this week when we went to gym, Tiff shows up and she's like, these were the masks you wanted, right? She'd almost bought everything on the shelf that they had because she got off work earlier than I did. So she went to the shop and she got me all of these masks.
There were 2 left, and I thought, I don't want to be an asshole and leave other people, you know, feeling like we did when there was no stock. So, and you were like, I'd be an asshole. I
would. Dude, I want my mask, right? I got there first.
To be fair, we did pass by afterwards, and she was like, and I was like, do you want to go in?
I'd had a long day and I just didn't feel like going into a shop. But yes, that's pretty much what our friendship is.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah. What I love, I think, is the way that, because obviously we're both, you're 100% straight and I'm like fully gay.
Yeah.
And how just the stories is fucking hilarious. How you obviously say about your straightness, and now how I say it, like I come to you about like my, you know, the women that I fancy.
Yeah.
And you're like, you just look at me. It's just, yeah, the conversations are hilarious. I love that like banter. Yeah.
To be fair, you have gotten better, because in the beginning I was tell you something, the first reaction I get, which is obviously the reaction you would want from a best friend, is
Okay,
I'm
yes,
like,
I've gotten
right.
better. I've gotten better, yes.
But yes, yes. That was something else that we actually talked about, was like the friendship, because of the fact that it may not seem like a big thing, but like because of the fact that like I'm straight and you're gay, that was something that we did talk about at one point.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like the first couple of months, neither one of us was kind of really 100% sure how to act.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that we have such a deep friendship.
Yeah.
And then a person's thinking, is this too much? Is it like, are we, like, how is the other person comfortable with the level of, like, the level of,
like, closeness and like intimacy, like
hugging
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Because like I've never had a gay friend. Like I've never had a lesbian friend. I've had gay friends. I've never had a lesbian friend.
Don't need anything else.
So it's kind of like, it's one of those, you don't want to do something that would make the other person feel uncomfortable, that would be considered normal in like I don't want to say a normal friendship, but like the general friendship that I have experienced.
Yeah.
That's never a thought that crosses your mind just because of the way that a person thinks. And so that was something we also actually talked about, was our level of comfort when it comes to either discussing things or like showing physical affection and that kind of thing. That was something that we discussed as well.
Yeah.
So that, just to make sure that both of us were comfortable, so it didn't become a problem at some point.
Yeah.
Because it probably would have.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel with women, I think there is like a misconception of every girl that I meet, or every like friend that you meet. It doesn't mean that I fancy them or I want to be like close to them or whatever.
Yeah.
It just, I mean, it's just like, I mean, one, they're not even my type. Two,
yeah, I'm sorry, I'm too young for her. What can I
say? Two, like I'm just looking for the genuine friendship. Like, it doesn't mean that I'm, just because I'm gay, I'm lesbian, doesn't mean that I want to get in everyone's pants.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Like, yeah. So I think with that, and we did talk about, like, I love this one, Tiff. fucking bits. Like, but and that's the thing, it's different. That's the thing, like, it's like our like friendship is so like so easy and
Yes.
so it's like we don't drain each other. It's not draining, it's not pressuring,
It's energizing.
Dude, I'm the most awkward person and the most weird. I come with weird ass shit out my mouth. And she doesn't expect me to change one bit. She doesn't change me one bit.
It's so entertaining. It is so entertaining.
I'm here a week.
So the name of the game this week is Green Flag, Red Flag, Galentines / Friendship Edition. I feel like we kind of got off topic in our main segment, but it is what it is. So we're just gonna move on.
Yeah.
Green flag or red flag? Friends who hype up your accomplishments louder than their own.
That's the biggest green flag you can find.
Yes.
It's very rare, extremely rare.
Yes.
But when you find it, hold it to dear life, because
yes. Yeah. If your friend is not celebrating your wins, they're not your friends. Yes. In the same way as like when your partner's not celebrating your wins.
Exactly.
They're not a good partner.
Yeah. They're not the one.
No.
Move on. Find someone who will actually celebrate you as you are, with all your wins, all your flaws.
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
Yes. Every win counts.
Yes.
Whether it's big or small, it doesn't matter. Whoever, like your romantic, platonic partner, whatever, should be celebrating your wins. Period.
Fuck yes.
And you should be celebrating their wins. So if you ain't doing that, you better start doing that.
If they do it to you, you better, you know, be nice and do it to them as well.
Not even if they just do it, just do it, period.
Just do it, yeah.
It's irrelevant what they do. You just celebrate their wins, and that's it. Because then your side is clean.
Yeah.
Green flag or red flag? Friends who disappear when they're in a relationship. Okay. I feel like we just need to clarify the disappearance.
Yeah.
Because there's different ways to disappear. And what a person has to bear in mind is when someone goes into a relationship, they now have an additional relationship to give energy to.
Yeah.
So you're not going to see your friend as much. You are not going to have as much time with that friend, because the time that was being spent with you, a lot of that time will now be spent with a partner. But generally speaking, if they completely disappear, that to me is a red flag. This has actually happened to me. Yeah. Not that a friend has disappeared, that I have disappeared on my friends in a relationship, and it was the wrong relationship, and that's why to me it's a red flag.
Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't disappear of your like for your friends, even if you have a relationship. Like, that person's gonna come and go, but your friends, no. I mean, no, you shouldn't do that. You need to hold your friends there. And yeah, maybe there could be something serious happening with your friend that they disappeared, but then just because you're in a relationship, you shouldn't disappear. Like, it shouldn't be that way. Just because, like, your partner has to have, if you're in a relationship, they should also go out with a friend, with his friends or their friends, and, you know, like, you have to have a life. They should have a life.
Yeah.
And so do you. You don't have to, my point is, you don't have to spend 24/7 with this person. No. Like, you have a life, you have friends, so...
Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
We talked about this in the main segment. If you're in a relationship, or like just generally even with friends as well, they shouldn't be your whole life.
Yeah.
But if you have friends and you get into a romantic relationship, you also should not completely write off those friends, because now you have someone new who's now fulfilling your emotional needs or whatever it is. You should still be there for your friends. You won't be there in the same capacity, because you only have so much time and energy to give, but you should still be there. You shouldn't disappear completely.
Yeah, it should be about balance.
Yes.
Just balance. Be with your have time for your partner, have time for your friends. Just it has to be a balance. It can't be more with your partner and less with your friends. I think it's just a balance kind of thing.
It depends. You're never going to be able to spend as much time with your friends as you do with your partner if you're in a serious relationship.
Yeah.
It's impossible. It's you can't do that. You will be spending more time with your partner, but you will still be spending time with your friends. So you're not disappearing completely.
Yeah.
You are cutting back your time with them because your time is limited. You only have so much time and energy to give. But when you completely disappear and you end up like writing off friends, that's an unhealthy relationship. Not the friendship, the relationship is an unhealthy relationship, and you probably shouldn't be in it. But yeah. That's my opinion. Green flag or red flag? Cancelled plans, but with clear communication.
Yeah. I've got to give it to them. Like, if it's honest communication, then yeah, fine. Like, if you're just cancelling with no communication, then fuck no, get out of my life. I mean, like, communication is key. We've said this every time.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. If it's honest communication and look, I have to cancel because of this, and this, or I have to cancel, I have no energy, no, just things happen. Life happens.
Yeah.
But if there's clear communication, then that's complete, like, just give it to them, because not many people do that, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. With communication, a lot of times, like, you don't even necessarily, in my opinion, have to have a good reason for cancelling, as in, oh, something came up, oh, I've got a family emergency, someone's in the hospital, whatever the situation. To me, those are like really, no one's going to question that. But contacting a friend and being like, dude, I really don't have the capacity today. Like, I've had a bad day, or I've had a bad week. I'm drained. I can't do this today.
Yeah.
That should also be a valid reason.
100%.
So you don't have to explain why you can't make it, in the sense that you don't have to go into a full-on explanation of your mental health at the minute.
Yeah.
But you do have to, you should be communicating. So don't just not show up, and when someone asks you what was going on, oh, I was just having a bad day. Great, thanks for letting me know.
Yeah.
And also, how am I supposed to be there for you if you don't let me know when you're having a bad day?
Yeah.
But yes, communication, great. You can't make plans, shit happens. But communication is key.
Yeah.
Green flag or red flag? Friends who tell you the truth gently.
Oh. And that's got your name on it.
Whose name on it?
Your name.
Oh, my name.
Whose name
I
on
was
it?
like, we've got how many people watching? Whose name is it? Yes. You do need to know the truth. You need people who can tell you the truth, because a lot of times we can't see the truth, and we walk through life with colored glasses, and you see things a certain way, and that means that a lot of times you may not actually see what's actually happening, or you may not actually see what you're actually doing. So you need someone who can tell you the truth, but not like, dude, you're being an asshole.
Yeah.
Whatever. You need someone who can tell you the truth gently, from a caring point of view.
Exactly.
Because they care about you. Yes.
There's a specific way to say things.
Yeah.
And I think it plays a big part, saying it gently and saying, look, this is, exactly as you said, like, dude, you're being an asshole. Like, that's not really, like, that's not going to make me feel better.
No.
Like, if you say it in a gentle way, maybe they'll see it in that, like, they'll understand, they'll be able to see it clearly. Because if they're saying it in an assholey way, then
your defenses are up immediately.
Exactly.
Conversation is not going to go well.
Your defenses, so no, that's not true.
Yeah, gentle truths. Everybody needs some gentle honesty every now and then.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people cannot be honest with themselves. So you need someone to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But just in a nice way. Green flag or red flag? Group chats that feel safe.
Yeah.
I know we have our things with group chats. We won't get too much into that. But I have read horror stories about people saying, like, they'll have a group chat and they have friends in a group chat and they think everything's going well, And then they find out that all of these friends in the group chat have a separate group chat where they are
Without
not
you?
there. And they're talking shit about them.
Oh, no.
So, obviously, it does come down to the type of friends that you have. Yeah. Unfortunately, sometimes it does take a while to establish the caliber of friend that you are dealing with. Some people are very good at hiding who they are. But for the most part, if you are in a group chat and you feel like you can literally say and do anything, no one's going to judge you, no one's going to be making fun of it later or whatever, that's a very good place to be.
Yeah.
As much as I hate group chats, it's a good place to be.
Yeah, same. Exactly the same. As much as I hate group chats, to have just people there.
Yeah.
You don't have to communicate with each other every single day. You don't have to, like, just check in every night, but just have that group of, like, people that are safe and they're not, you know, they're good people. But just, like, check in every now and then. If that's the group chat and you feel safe, you don't have to feel the pressure or put the effort to message or anything, you know, just as I said, a normal check-in every now and then. That's a good thing.
Yeah, everyone needs something like that. Green flag or red flag? Friends who respect your boundaries without guilt.
Yes.
Even the first half of that is yes. Because boundaries are something else.
Yeah.
Because firstly, it's not easy to set boundaries. Secondly, it's not easy to keep boundaries. Yeah. Because people will make you feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
Because you putting up a boundary affects their life and what they've gained if it's a bad person.
Yeah.
So, yes, very much
100%. Because they don't understand. So you're in a different state of, like, healing. So you've already set the boundaries, but because they don't understand that, they're going to go against that. So if you find someone that you've actually put boundaries on and they respect it, then that's really rare to find.
It is.
It is extremely rare to find.
It is, because basically when you set boundaries, so boundaries don't require any action from anybody else. A boundary is literally just controlling your own actions.
Yeah.
It's you saying, you're free to do whatever you want to do, but I'm letting you know, if you do this, I will do this.
Yeah.
But you can still make that decision. That is your choice.
Yeah.
Carry on. And a lot of times what will happen is, especially if you are new to setting boundaries, people who have been gaining from you not having boundaries will make you feel guilty about it.
Because they take it very personally.
They do, and they will make you feel guilty about it. And it's because they don't want to lose the benefits that they had.
Yeah.
So having friends who respect your boundaries and don't make you feel guilty about it is very underrated.
Yeah.
Because it means that they actually respect you as a person, and they're not in the friendship for what they can gain.
Yeah.
They're in the friendship because they like who you are and they like having you in their life.
And they care about you, and all they want you to be is happy. Yes. And however that is, that makes them happy. So they don't expect you to be whatever they want you to be. So...
Exactly. But that's the thing, like, I want you to set boundaries, for example, right? Yeah. Because boundaries protect a person, boundaries protect your peace, they protect your values. It's a form of self-respect, a boundary, right? Yeah. And so I want you to set boundaries, even if those boundaries are with me. That's perfectly fine. You set them boundaries and I will respect them.
I know, it's just boundaries for me is something completely new. Completely new.
Yeah.
Boundaries for me were non-existent at all whatsoever. Yeah. But so it's like learning those boundaries, and I will get there. I know I will.
I'm not saying you don't have boundaries. I'm just saying friends want friends to set boundaries, even if those boundaries are with you, because you want your friend to have the best possible life. Yeah. And you can't have that if people are just walking all over you. So everybody needs to... What are you doing?
Boundaries.
That's not a boundary, by the way. That is forcing me to take action. Anyway, what you were saying about boundaries not really being a thing for you, it's actually shocking, because there was a book that came out over a decade ago about boundaries. Literally explaining boundaries and talking about boundaries and like how you can set healthy boundaries and why boundaries are important.
Yeah.
That came out over a decade ago. And it's like, people, in my experience, still don't understand how to set healthy boundaries, and they don't understand how to respect people's boundaries.
Yeah.
Which to me is shocking. Because, really? Come on now. It's been a while. It's been a minute since all of this information came out into the world. We should know how to do this.
Yeah, but I think boundaries are more part of like, they're just one of the ingredients in healing yourself and finding yourself and being your true self, I think. And having no excuse. Like no excuse, but having no, oh, what's the word? No apology. No, like, not.
Yeah, boundaries. Oh, boundaries can be very,
Because once you're 100%, you know who you are,
yeah.
then I think you can understand and set those boundaries.
Yeah.
Whereas I think, well, whilst you're in the middle of like healing in that process, I feel that maybe boundaries are a little bit hard to, I don't know.
Boundaries are difficult to set if you've never set them before, because they are uncomfortable in the beginning. They are going to be very uncomfortable when you set them the first time, but boundaries is what protects the healing that you've already done.
Mm-hmm.
So boundaries is what helps you protect the peace that you found and helps you protect your inner work that you've already done.
Yeah.
That's what a boundary does.
Yeah.
Because, as I say, it doesn't require any action from anybody else. Everyone can just go on living their best lives and whatever, no issues whatsoever. A boundary is basically just saying, I'm going to change my actions. That's it. That's all a boundary is.
Yeah.
It's literally just saying, I am going to do this.
Because
That's it.
I want to do this.
Because I want to do this.
Not because I'm thinking of other people, I'm thinking of myself.
With a boundary, you don't think about other people. As selfish as it sounds, boundaries can sound very selfish, but boundaries are there to protect your inner peace. You shouldn't be worrying about other people.
Yeah, because you have to put yourself first, and it's really hard. It's really hard to put yourself first when you've spent your whole life putting other people's happiness first than yours.
Yeah.
This is a whole different story, a whole different episode.
Yeah, dude, maybe we should just do one on boundaries. I feel like it's going to get way too deep, though. I feel like it's going to be a very heavy topic.
Yeah.
And
we need to be prepared for that.
We need lots of wine.
We need lots of wine.
Lots of wine. Yeah. We need some comfort food for after. Yes. We need to prepare.
Yeah.
But yeah, boundaries are basically, it's, like I said, they don't require anything from anybody else. It just requires something from you.
From yourself.
And I think that's why it is also difficult to set boundaries. Because it takes a lot of commitment to set a boundary and keep that boundary when other people push against it. Because people do. Yeah. People are going to push your boundaries all the time. Sometimes subconsciously and sometimes on purpose. And then when you react accordingly, they get upset. And that's where the guilt comes in. Because then they make you feel guilty because you've never set this boundary before. Why is this a problem now? I liked the way things were. Yeah, it's great for you.
Yeah.
But this don't work for me no more. I need to change something. But yes, when you find friends that actually respect the boundaries that you're setting, even when it may be uncomfortable for them, very big green flag.
Yeah.
Keep those friends and keep your boundaries. All right, that's a wrap. I feel like we went very off topic this episode.
On 10,000 tangents.
All these little side quests that we did, and yeah, it was fun though. For us. Hopefully it was fun for you.
Yeah. But hopefully you have these type of relationships or friendships as well.
Yeah, everyone deserves to have this kind of friendship or relationship, whatever, at some point in your life. Everybody deserves that. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Everybody deserves to experience that at least once in their life, and hopefully more. But yes, definitely need to know. But yeah, that is a wrap for our episode. Thank you for joining us for this episode. Let us know what your plans are for Galentines. If you have deep friendships, if you are actually having a Galentines, or maybe you are just lucky and you have somebody in your life and you're having an actual Valentines. Maybe don't let us know that. Or do, and we can live vicariously through you.
Yeah. Don't forget to follow us on social media, and we also are on Spotify if you want to listen or see it's got video as well.
Come and
watch us, so you can watch us and listen to us.
Come and watch us.
Watch the video podcast.
Yes. What she said.
That thing.
Remember, every Thursday, midday UK time, our main episodes drop. And just before midday UK time on Tuesdays is our game segment. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode with us, and we will see you in the next one. Stop doing this shit. Okay.
I'm sorry, you're waiting for me.
What?
Are you waiting for me?
Yes, you're the drama.
So stop. Am I the drama? I'm not the drama. Am I the drama?
Am I the drama?
I'm the drama?
Okay.
I don't think I'm the drama.
No one ever does.